Hello everyone and welcome to another FxEdge Power Hour. I am Marcello Ducille. Today's March 18th, 2013. We're going to do today what I have done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars. Thereafter, we will have a brief questions and answer session, so let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with our STP5 series, and then we're going to move from there onto our 4-hour trades, our FxEdge Quattro, our IBO Rev, and then we'll follow that off, our TT3X of course, and then we'll follow that off with our 1-hour trade, which is the ATR Sniper. Okay, so looking at the euro dollar here, we had quite a gap down yesterday, over 100 pip gap down, I believe it was. All right, so we ended price up at 1.3057, and the open of the next trading day was 12900. So we 157 pips, guys, gap down, which we're not accustomed to seeing. So really big gap down there. We had the areas of support and resistance. We knew that price would most likely head upward, and so that's exactly what we did see. We saw the gap fill in, because that's what a gap wants to do. It wants to fill in. So we did see that gap. We did see it fill to a certain extent, not the fullness of the entire gap here, but it did fill, getting us right back to at least the very low here. So we had a low of the previous day of 129.98, and we had a high of 129.95 on the day. So came very close to achieving that mark. As far as our trades are concerned on the STP5, we didn't have one. We have a change from red to green. The buy pressure wasn't strong enough for us to get into a buy signal, so no automated trade there. As far as the euro dollar is concerned, what can we say here? We just continue to see the same thing. We're still in consolidation, and we can say that because although we've broken out of the apex, or we've gotten out of the apex, price continues to move in just basically the same way that it has, within the same ranges as it has previously. Has not really broken out per se. All right, so let's take a look at the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, basically the same thing. We had a gap up here, sizable gap. We had a close on Friday at 93.93, and we had an open here at 94.40, so 107 pip gap to the upside here on the dollar Swiss. And you can see though that it's maintaining this this trend line. Actually, it's we had a break through that trend line, a test above the trend line, and we actually closed below that trend line for the time being. So that does show us that there's kind of a sell bias, if you will, on this dollar Swiss for the time being, just because of the way that it closed against the trend line here. Besides that, we really don't have any indication of anything happening here on the dollar Swiss. So we'll have to wait and see what next signal we do actually see manifest here, and what direction the market does tell us it will go in as far as bias is concerned. You guys will have to excuse me a little bit. I actually caught a bug this weekend, and I am still on some medication. So, all right. So here we have the pound dollar. The pound dollar is we basically saw what we expected to see. We expected to see a pushback up and a test of this trend line here. Okay, this negative force trend line, and that's exactly what we've seen. On Friday, we saw a move up of 117 pips. Then it closed low, giving us a nice reversal candle. And we see the very same thing here again. So this actually closed as a doji on the day. Not much movement there. Basically, we had to open at 51.13, a close at 51.02, and not much movement in between. But the bias is to the sell side for the time being, because we do have a sell a sell-based trend line, okay, a negative force trend line, which has been tested and which has prices closed below it. So we have to consider that we are still in a sell. So That's what we're looking for on the pound dollar, potentially move back down here on the pound dollar. Right now we don't have a signal, we don't have a trade. We're looking for a change from green to red so we can get back in on this pound dollar. Okay, so the pound yen, we had a change from green to red, which got us into a sell trade. 142.55 was our entry, our low was 142.25. And basically, guys, we were not looking for very much. For some reason, we closed out at break even. Yeah, our trade closed out at break even. Trying to figure out how that happened. All right, so where are we now? As far as that's concerned, we did get a 50 EMA bounce here, and you know, basically this 50 EMA has been our area of support and resistance. Previously an area of resistance, now an area of support for us, and you can see that price has bounced off that area once again. And really an ambiguous signal, not really telling us very much of anything besides you know, that it's respecting this 50 EMA. We don't have a trade currently. All right, so our Aussie dollar has had a nice move above the 50 and the 200 MA. After that, we've got to look for a buy bias here, and that's exactly what we had. We had a buy on the day. We had a gap down, similar to what we saw on the euro dollar, and then price pushes it back up once again into the same areas as well. So there's a buy bias from the Aussie dollar for the time being, and you know, really these signals are really not that strong. They're kind of weak. There's nothing that's really clear cut. And here's our euro yen. Euro yen, we had a sell, guys. We did jump into a sell trade. We had to change from green to red. Got us into a sell at 125.20 in that vicinity. And price drops down, moves up against us, and then drops big time, 350 pips, okay, on the gap. So from the gap down, we had about a 280 pip gap down on the euro yen. And you know, basically price moved to close that gap. This one would have been a good one for the weekend warrior. Would have done pretty well on these trading days. As you can see here, we've got an open trade that's up 154 pips. It really depends on when you open. We opened a little bit late, I remember. And so you could have closed out at break even, or you could be in this thing and you could be up right now about that 155 pips or so that we're up. And we'll see. We'll wait and see where price goes from here. We need to get to a point of decision to figure out what price, what the intention of the market is here. Is it to move up or move down? So we'll have to wait and see. As you can see, we're bouncing off that 50 EMA once again as well. Let's take a look at our 4-hour trades. All right, so on our 4-hour trades, we had a gap down. So this trade here, as nice as it would have been, did not take because obviously we gapped down. We did get another shot at it though. We have a reversal candle here that formed as well. But basically we sold off, price comes back up, hits our first take profit. Well, first of all, closes us out on a stop loss for IBO. Then it hits our first take profit on the other side on our stop and reverse. It continues to run up to a maximum favorable excursion of 85 pips. and it's currently sitting in the market with 41 pips of profit on the second position. So it's ahead of the game if we are to close out this trade right now where we are. All right, as far as the IBO Rev is concerned, we had an IBO Rev opportunity here and another one here. Both of them were not activated, and therefore we did not have a trade on the IBO Rev. And right now we're flat in the market on the IBO Rev. FxEdge Quattro changed from green to red. Gave us a sell trade walking into this new session. And that sell got definitely got hit on the pullback here. So we took a loss on that, and that changed back from red to green, gives us a buy, and we are currently in a buy trade on the FxEdge Quattro. All right, looking at the TT3, we had a TT3 buy, as you can see here at the bottom, caught it right off of the IBO, the gap down. Currently up 35 pips. First position hit, second position moved to break even. And our FxEdge Sniper currently closed. Did take a hit earlier today. It's up about 4.2% right now. And we'll have to wait for another trade, so we'll get another shot at it. And that pretty much concludes what we have going on here. There were some other trades for us. We did take a pretty nice trade as far as in the Tribe Forex. In the Tribe, if you're a part of Tribe, check out the video that I made, which illustrates and shows the trade being taken, and you can see how that ended up as well. If you're not in Tribe, I recommend that you become a part of the Tribe. It's a great, I think it's a great tool, and I think it's going to accelerate your growth as a trader as well as your profitability. All right, let me answer some of the questions you have. Now's the time to ask me. With the ATR, should we consider closing open trades over the weekend if they are close to break even to avoid a 159 pip loss I took this weekend? Yeah, and I think that's exactly what happened to us. We absolutely had that issue on the Tribe. We saw that on the ATR Sniper, I should say, and you know, sometimes you can't expect you cannot. There are certain factors that we can't prepare for, and we can, as much as we may have tried to prepare for, gaps and the impact of certain gaps. There are just certain things that we were not capable of dealing with here. Now, all the studies that we've done as far as the ATR Sniper is concerned and all of our other automated systems, they take into account the potential for these gapping events. Some people will tell you to get out of a trade at the end of the weekend. It's something that we have not considered as of yet. If that's what you want to do, you're absolutely fine by doing it. But the likelihood that we'll have a 159 pip gap is very slim. It's very, very slim. We just had a 150 pip gap on the euro dollar. It's just one of those things that happened. We did take that hit here in our power hour ATR Sniper, and it's one of those things. So it's really going to be up to you. If you decide, hey, I don't want to take that risk. I'm in a trade here. Let me just exit all my trades before the end of the weekend. That's up to you. That's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make. As far as the automation is concerned, we don't consider that gapping event as a concern. Not saying that it's not a concern, but certainly it's not going to be the driving factor for why we take the trades. All the trades that we take into account the gapping events that may occur as well. So there you have it. Yeah, we're still short on STP pound dollar. Thanks. Thanks, Elwood. Yeah, we're still short. Now, if we have a break above this high, which is 151.75 on the pound dollar, we are most likely to be out of this trade. It's pound dollar. All right, guys, I'm under the weather, so I'm just going to go ahead and shut it down for now. I look forward to seeing you this next session. Every Monday through Thursday, I'll be right here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the best. Happy trading.